Morning chaps, how the devil? Hope all's going well. Welcome back to your daily dose of election morale. Let's just have a quick word from Joe Biden, see how he's getting on.
We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
Well, he wasn't lying there, was he? Joe wasn't talking nonsense. That was the most sensible and honest sentence out of his mouth for fucking years. So hats off to him there. I have had a few messages, more than one. How come you aren't covering the fraud in the election, mate? Lads, I have discussed it. I discussed it before the election. We knew they were going to cheat. We knew they were going to cheat. Everybody knew they were going to cheat. If you don't think they cheated, again, I'm really not going to go into this too long because I don't want to. I've told you guys before, I'm white-pilled in the fact that I'm a stoic, an absurdist. I subscribe to many philosophies that think, you know what, you should just crack on, be a man, look after your nearest and dearest and your mates, and, you know, fuck them all. Get on with your life. I'm not a type of person who's going to sit around peddling false hope. And I think thinking we can get back on top of the rope after the election has already been rigged is a fool's hope. It's pointless. It's not going to get us anywhere. What you do is you move forward and you get ready for 4 years of taking the piss out of Joe Biden. In fact, well, white pill number one, you're not going to be taking the piss out of him for 4 years because he is an MBA at this point, and that's Mike Bravo Alpha, not November Bravo Alpha. He's not a basketball player. What he is an MBA, which is a military acronym, man barely alive. That is what Joe Biden is. He looked like he was dead on his feet the other day. So, white pill number one, if you really hate Joe Biden, is you're not going to have to worry about him for too long. Because if he doesn't curl his toes up and shuffle off the mortal coil very, very soon, I'll eat hay with the donkey. There is fucking no way. Look at him there. That is just a walking cadaver. You know what he looks like there? First thing I thought of when I seen that. Yeah, that's the first thing that sprang to mind when I seen that picture. Fuck me. So, there you go, lads. There's morale, white pill number one. You're definitely not going to have to worry about that old cunt for too long. If he doesn't shit himself up on the podium during inauguration, I'll be astounded. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just quickly say, of course they did cheat. We knew they would. They acted like Trump was Hitler. Beyond all logic, reason or sense, how much they hated him. And that being the case, if you utterly despise him and with every fibre of your being, of course you're going to cheat. Not only will they have cheated, they will have thought they were moral cheating. They convinced themselves he was that evil. They won't have even felt bad about it. This is what I've been saying for years about the true believers. This is why they're terrifying. This is why I shared that famous C.S. Lewis quote again and again. Because that's the point. They believe that they're in the right. They believe with every fibre of their being that what they're doing is right. These communists and socialist motherfuckers are convinced that they're doing it for moral reasons. There it is again for those of you that have missed it. A tyranny exercised for the good of its victim is the most oppressive. The robber baron's cruelty may sometimes sleep, but those who torment us for our own good torment us without end, for they do so with the approval of their own conscience. After seeing them for the last 4 years, how did you not think they were going to cheat? Think the moral. They think cheating is moral. It's fine to cheat because Trump's just so evil and his supporters are so despicable. It's all right to cheat because they're evil. They're evil. So we have to cheat. We have to cheat to save America. That's what they think. So of course they fucking cheated. Who cares? Life's not fair. There's a better quote. Life's not fair. Suck it up, buttercup. I don't know what cliches you want me to use, but get over it. We're not going to win with any legal challenge. Now the task is to rip the piss out of Biden in the 3 months that he's the president and then get on Kamala Sutra. Get dug into Kamala Sutra like an Alabama tick. Right? Get horsed into Kamala Sutra like Willie Brown and any other pensioner that gave her a sniff of power. That's what our job is now, boys. However, I will make the point quickly for everybody. I'm not going to sit and go through Twitter It is awash with fraud. Absolutely tons of it. There's the fact that they added like 1.2 million votes in fucking Philadelphia or somewhere, and every single one of them was for Biden. Like, not zero for Trump. And they're like, oh yeah, but you know, Democrats are more likely to use the postal vote. And you're like, yes, they are, but every single one that's came in is for the same guy. Are you kidding me? Of course they cheated. There's no point going on about it. We've already got a nice nickname for him as well. Beijing Biden. There we go. Beijing Biden. Quality. The fun stuff's already starting, so fuck him. But just to recap, right, this is from before the election. Just to recap, this is what they said was going to happen. Biden had a 6-point lead in Arizona. Bollocks. Florida. Biden ahead by 5 points. Fucking total bollocks. Michigan. Biden's 8-point ahead. Fucking bollocks. Nevada, 5-point deficit for Trump. Fucking bollocks. Ohio, 4-point advantage for Biden. Fucking bollocks. Doesn't end. Pennsylvania, Biden is in much better shape by Clinton. Ahead by around 5 points. Fucking bollocks. Texas, only a 1-point lead for Trump. Absolute horse shit. You would get more accurate polling from a fucking crusty wank sock you found behind the radiator. That everything. How can you think they didn't cheat when all of the polls said that Biden was ahead by like fucking 10 points, and all of the big states that didn't have Democrat leadership, i.e. Texas and Florida, as the big two, they called it nice and early, and Trump won convincingly. You think it's a coincidence? You think it's a coincidence that all the ones that are led that have Democrat leadership in places like Pennsylvania, the fucking governor there, North Carolina, Georgia, Nevada, Arizona, you think it's a coincidence you get shenanigans in all of them, and the ones where you have a decent governor? We've got Ron DeSantis in Florida, and they had it called in fucking really good time before midnight on election day. Like, do you think it's a coincidence that where you have a Republican governor, a capable one like Ron DeSantis in Florida, think it's a coincidence that they're out nice and early? And places like Pennsylvania, they've got a fix in. You think that's a coincidence? Of course not. So like I said in my video a couple of days ago, stop worrying about it. We knew it was going to happen. We expected it to happen. And the polls have proved them wrong. The polls have proved the fix is in. They said Biden had a, fucking 6-point lead in Pennsylvania and a fucking 4-point lead in Florida and all this shit. Reality is proof of the lie. So it's not my job to go through all the cheating. It isn't. I'm going to have to disappoint you there, lads. If you want to get into it, get onto Twitter and have a good look around Beijing Biden hashtag. There's loads of shit going on, but it's not going to get us anywhere. Great opinion piece on the New York Post by Miranda Devine. And her message is mine. Kamala Sutra is going to be smoking more polls than she's ever done before. Yeah, they're going to be driving them straight through a mask. And Biden's going to pop his fucking clogs soon enough. So don't worry too much about it. Don't put all of your hope in lawsuits and challenges. Put your hope in the fact that the GOP is going to make a comeback. The deplorables were out in force. Every poll was wrong. And the power of the people is there. It's going to be a fucking wacky 4 years. And ultimately, you get what you deserve, don't you? It's going to be fun watching them pay the piper. Because the fuckers came out for Biden. Loads of wankers, especially on the fucking West Coast, voted for him. There was no cheating there. They don't need to cheat. He obviously won. And they're going to get what's coming to them. We know what's coming to them, don't we? Do you remember?
Why are you... We're on your side! We're on your side! Holy shit! What? We're on your side!
I love it. That's what's coming. Oh, this classic. Those that didn't hear it, it is no borders, no walls, no USA at all. Right? This was in Denver, Colorado yesterday. It's not far-right Trump, disenfranchised Trump supporters, is it? Because we knew it wasn't going to be. It's these balmy bastards. And the sign says, death to fascism and the liberalism that enables it. If you pay attention, you knew what was coming. Rogan covered it. Remember that one? Liberals get the bullet too. Well, that's what they voted for. So, short version, guys, I'm not going to go into the fraud or the cheating, the scale, the extent, or the legal challenges, because I don't think it's going to get us anywhere. My message remains the same. Be a strong opposition. Be the opposition. Chuckle mightily and laugh heartily when places that went blue aggressively now have to put up with this shit for the next 4 years. Get the popcorn out and enjoy yourselves, because a lost election is nothing to cry about. Steel yourself and strap yourselves in, 'cause it's going to be a hell of a ride and we can watch it together. As always, thanks for watching. Like and share the video if you can be arsed, and I'll see you guys very soon. Cheers.